Okay, I think we can start. Maybe we can just look at those tickets that Rita you have helped us to work on, and then you need some information that from our side before you can wrap that up. So let's look at mUzima 45.
Yeah.
And I know that you would like to get clarification about the look of those help sessions pages.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Win, can you just comment what exactly you prefer? Win? Hey, Win, we cannot hear you.
Win, do you want to maybe disconnect and join the call again? Yeah.
Cool. Just wait for him. Hey, Win, can you test on the mic? No, we cannot hear you, Win. So do you want to type your response, Win?
Okay. So, Win, what if there's a change tomorrow? So that means we'll have to change it again, unless this is not going to change for some time. Okay. But we have around, I think we have around 6 documents, and so you want me to write the HTML up for all of the documents? Is that correct? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Sridhar.
Okay. Okay, I wasn't sure whether you could hear me.
Yeah, I just try to mute myself in case there's echo.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's going to take some time. So but if that's what you want, I'll work on that and I'll convert it into um, I'll handwrite the HTML pages. But tomorrow, if there's a change, like if Ada or someone else is making a change and they create a new docx, that would mean rewriting the entire HTML again. Just want to just let you know if that's fine with you. It's not going to be an like if you need an immediate change in the content of the help section, it's not going to be a very fast turnaround, is what I'm trying to say. As long as you're okay with that, I'm fine with handwriting the HTML pages. Okay.
Cool, and I think that's fine. So maybe we can move on to the next ticket then.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I just have a quick question.
Go
Like
ahead.
tomorrow, let's say you want to add a new help section or another document, or you want to change the one that's existing. How will the change request come in? Will you be creating a new docx and sending it across? Is that how it's going to work?
I think the ideal way is that once we have our website up and running, most of the the documentation for under the help section would be like linked to our website, and then maybe um, but like for like some of the very basic ones, they should not be drastically changed unless like we have like a major makeover on our framework. So we can still keep some minimal help information on already with the application just for that purpose because not everyone would be online I guess all the time. So I think we should keep minimal helpful information on the device side. I can see it. I don't know if Win also have that in mind.
Okay. Because I just committed some changes about two, or I think on Wednesday. I added the remain. So initially, for the first commit or the first solution that I gave in, I just put a few sample documents and I think just one link to a video on YouTube, just for you to get an idea on how it's going to look. But now I've added all the documents and all the video links that were listed in the Jira ticket. So I was just wondering if you had a chance to look at it, just to get an idea of how it's going to look.
I think the screenshot you share through email because like the Jira was not available at that time. I think those screenshot looks good to me actually.
Okay.
Um, but
Screenshot, I think I sent it before I made the changes. The latest changes are on GitHub. So I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll take another screenshot and I'll send it to you.
sure.
Because I think now the length of the menu in the help section is really long because we have 6 documents. So each document title comes on one line, and then we have 6 video links. So
Uh-huh.
it's pretty long, and you have to scroll. So is that fine with you?
Um,
Scrolling.
is it possible just to give maybe like a couple of screenshots so that I can see how it might be?
Okay,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, sure. Oh, Martin just joined. It's okay, Martin. We're just going through the tickets that Shrita has been working on and just get some clarification for her before she can wrap this up.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Hi, Shrita. Hi, Ada. Hi, Lynn.
Okay. And Win cannot talk again. he has mic problem. So let's move on to the next ticket. So let's look at 108. I think that is the one that you cannot reproduce the same error that we have, Shrita?
That's correct.
Yeah. So I wonder if because of the different settings on the emulator, thanks for posting the specification on the emulator for your testing. Wayne, can you just confirm whether yours have similar setup?
It says Win left the chat. So is he still?
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see it. So maybe just give him a minute for him to get back. I think he probably just want to make sure his mic works. Hey, Wayne.
Hey there.
Hey, cool. We can
Okay.
hear you, man. Finally, nice.
Okay.
Okay, so so we're talking about mUzima 108. That some of the patient names got underlined as if like a spell check error, something like that, and we saw that on your emulator, but Shrita would cannot reproduce on hers.
Yeah, it seems to be happening only on my emulator. I don't know. I can send the configuration later.
Is it possible for you to share the configuration on your emulator so that at least we document that there might be that issue, when people test it out?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Any more comments or questions on this ticket? 108.
Actually, Lynn, I think it would be helpful. Like the way I'm testing, I've also, I don't know if this is really related to the bug that you're seeing, but I would also look into the locale and the language settings on the phone. I've set mine to US English. So I don't know if if you have a different setting on the language and the locale of on the phone itself. And I have the spell check turned on as well. So I still can't get the errors to show up even with all of these settings turned down. So
yeah, I'm starting up my emulator and let me see. Yeah, I think you can continue.
Okay. That's the only thing I just wanted to add about 108 is the settings for the locale and the spell check and all of those things. I've turned them all on in my emulator, but I still can't get it to show up in red. And I've also attached the screenshot on the Jira ticket on how this screen looks on my emulator.
Yeah, we can see that there's no problem on your screenshot, but then
yeah,
we saw the red underline on ours.
So language and input. Language is English. And then Android keyboard is English US. Input language is English US. Yeah, I don't think this is a bug per se, but this could be a setting in the Android device. Yeah, because it's not happening in real device when we test it out.
Actually, it happened to me before, but I cannot remember exactly. But then it went away with another APK. Yeah, so it did happen to me before. But then with the another version of APK, it's no longer.
Again.
Yeah.
Do you want to just put that item on hold then, if it's not a real issue, unless it comes back again?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful that Wayne just post the specification on his emulator, and then we can just document that in case that happen next time. People would not just wondering why. All right. So I'm going to after Wayne post the specification, we can close it and say that we can reproduce.
Yeah, let me attach it now.
Okay. So I'm going to let you do it for a second.
Yeah, I'll close it.
Okay, so I'm going to remove, and then you can. Okay. Let's move on to the next ticket. Number 14, Shrita already worked on it and also do the merge of the code, do a pull request. So I wonder if Wayne got a chance to take a look, or should we assign a time slot that to do code review in this call, or we should have a separate call just to do the weekly code review?
Yeah, I reviewed this one. I haven't got a chance to merge it, but I think it looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it the same for 95?
Which one is 95?
Sync form only showing download message.
No, I haven't got a chance to look at this one.
Okay. So I think probably it's good for us to get a consensus that do you guys feel like, hey, what kind of mechanism we should have for the code review? Should it all fall under Wayne's shoulder, or it would be good just to do it together with agreeable time slot?
Usually I will ping Sweta if I have any comment on her commit.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So now let's move to the new. So let's see.
So when I just had a couple of questions on how we're actually doing for and the whole submit of the code. I know you sent me an email with links to a couple of articles which explain how we have the architecture set up. So I just have a couple of questions. I'm not sure how everyone else has been. What is the general practice? So right now I have a private fork, and I branch for each ticket that I have assigned to me. I create a new branch, and then I get the latest code from the master mUzima, and then I add my changes, and then I push to my fork on that branch, and then I issue a pull request. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. What happened with your latest one is, I think before you commit your branch, I think it doesn't have the latest one. So
Okay.
it's still giving you that message, because when you want to commit, I think it will try to merge whatever in the origin, not in your branch.
Okay. So what I'm trying to understand is, let's say I'm working on a ticket and I start this morning. I pull all the requests, but it's taken me, let's say, 2 or 3 days to actually commit the code for this particular ticket. So do I do a merge every morning or every day once?
I think before you commit your changes, just make sure you do a pull first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that should fix that issue.
Okay. So just before I do a commit to my private fork,
yeah,
I do a commit, and then I commit my changes after that.
Yes.
And then issue the pull.
Yes.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, just make
sorry
sure.
about.
Just make sure you pull it before you commit yours.
Okay, I will do that. Yeah, I realized that the merge commit came up, but I didn't know how to undo it,
Uh-huh.
and I was hoping that you'll see, and it was good that you caught it.
Yeah.
But I make sure that I pull just before I commit every time.
Yeah. If you want to reset, you can do this.
Hmm.
This one will basically just reset your commit. So it's not going to remove your changes.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just gonna cancel your commit to your local repo. Sorry.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed. I
No, it's
had to
good.
get that from.
I think that's right. It is really excellent to ask that because I think it was super helpful on the developer's guide as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is awesome, Sridhar. So now let's move to the new tickets that we plan to get clarification to make sure like all the information are clear before Sridhar start to work on them. The first one is mUzima 77. Huge payload will potentially crash the applications. When submitting the image data, the submission process might crash the apps because image data will be loaded as JSON object.
Mm-hmm.
A better approach for this would be to stream the object instead of loading it. Use for JSON writer, which will wrap the output stream of the HTTP connection. And then we post relevant code that for this ticket.
Okay. So, what kind of image data is this? Like, on which page? Where is this being used exactly?
I can send you the link for this code. Uh,
Okay.
it's gonna be this one.
Okay.
It's one of the dependency for the mUzima. So this one is doing the. This one will send the data from the device to the server.
Okay.
Oh, if you look at
Oh, so I don't know. I've just started using the mUzima app, so just wondering, is there any time where we'll be uploading an image of some sort?
yes, so uh, there is one form which will collect image data,
Okay.
and then the image will be converted into base64
Mhm.
to create a string representation of the image.
Okay.
Because we want to compress the string when we upload it to the server. That's why we want to convert, because JPEG you cannot compress it anymore, but string you can compress it.
Okay.
So we'll send the string to the server. Server will convert back the string back to the image. So what happened is, if you look at this line of code, what happened to the JSON is we are basically reading the full JSON string
Okay.
and then read it to the memory and then send this to the server.
Okay.
Um, I I don't think it's going to be robust enough if we're sending like multiple image at the same time. For example, like you have 2 MB of image, and then you send it. It will load the entire image data to the memory, and then you're basically eating up all the memory. So I think the better you generate the JSON, you stream it instead of like loading everything to the memory.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can send you some link to the JSON streaming API if you want to.
Yes, please. That will be helpful.
Yes, I'll do that later.
Okay.
Um, would that provide better background information for you to
Yes.
start? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. And no, if there's no more comment, we move to the next one.
Yep.
Cool. Let's look at mUzima 75. Better wording to distinguish downloaded form template option and downloaded form template. I think this is because like some of us I get confusion that when we say about, hey, under the form tabs, it has option of like all, downloaded, incomplete, and complete. When a new form template is added to the server, user need to go to all and then click on the sync up icon to get the updated form templates options. However, the current wording could be confusing to mix up downloaded form templates, especially on the message notification. So I think it's just to update on the wordings to distinguish the downloaded form templates with the downloaded form template.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this one is a little bit more straightforward, just to update on the wording.
Yep.
Okay.
Ida, can I just have a quick question? So under the form tab, you have all downloaded, incomplete, and complete. Okay, I get that. When a new form template is added to the server, user needs to go to all and then click on the sync icon to get the updated form template options. Okay. However, the current wording, what is the current wording?
It say that it will say downloaded form template. It's the same thing for both. I think we need to distinguish like the available options under the all, and then what actually downloaded to the device to be use a different wording to distinguish them. Does that make sense? Like when you go to the all, it's like what all the available form templates from the server side.
Okay.
But then what actually downloaded to after you chose which one to download to your device, we need to have like a different wording to distinguish them.
Okay. Could you actually put into the ticket what is the actual words you want in there?
I think probably the reason I did not put it in is more like a placeholder for this one, and I want to have a discussion like discount forum just to get the consent from everyone, suggestions from everyone, just to make sure that it's not just clear for me but also clear for everyone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder, Wayne, Martin, Manuel, if you guys have any suggestions.
This is about UI. I think you're better than me, probably.
You means Manuel?
So when you're on the all tab and you hit sync, as of today, I think it says downloaded whatever 2 forms or something. And when you're on the downloaded section, it shows the forms that have been downloaded.
Yes, maybe I can provide more clear screenshot for this ticket, and then on our side we'll get the consent how we should rename those terms, and then I will post on this ticket.
Okay. And on mUzima 95, the one that you asked me to add a new deleted, it should also show the forms that were deleted. While I was testing out for that, I just realized that if let's say there are 3 forms on the server, and we added a 4th form, and then you hit the sync button, I would think the behavior would be, it should say downloaded 1 form. It says downloaded 4 forms. Is that how it was intended to work? Like, should it only show the delta, the difference, right? Or but actually the way the code is written is it gets all the forms, but should we be displaying that to the user? Because let's say the user synced maybe 5 minutes back, and he has 3 forms on the device, and there are 3 forms on the server. So both of them are in sync. And then someone adds a 4th form. Can you? And then someone adds a fourth form. So I go to the All tab and I hit a sync. So it should get the fourth form down on my device. Is that correct?
I think I think this ticket is referred to the Delta, right?
Yeah, but I was just when I was testing this out, I saw I only worked on the deleted part of it, but I was just wondering why the download works that way. If that's a bug or that's is intended to work. So I'm just wondering if you guys noticed that as well. Maybe that's just the way it's supposed to work. Just checking with you.
I think I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it always says even if I have 3 of the forms and now there are 4 forms on the server, I would think hitting the sync button should only tell the user about the new forms that either got downloaded or deleted from his device. It will say downloaded 4 forms, which makes me feel like I got 4 new forms instead of just 1.
I think the synchronization is using day. So if the form changes is still today, then you will still get You will still get that form downloaded again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because if I use I try to use the date and time cutoff point. I think it's too what do you call it? It's too strict because most of the time our form changes will take days, so it's not gonna be you're not gonna change a form every minute, for example. So that's why the cutoff point is using a day. So if your form, for example, changed today, all of them, and then you hit refresh, you will get all of the form again. But if you download it tomorrow and you don't have anything changed, you will only get 0. But if you change 1, for example, tomorrow you will only get 1. I think that's the behavior right now.
Okay, so basically on the same day, it keeps downloading the same 4 forms. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ira, sorry again, I went back to mUzima 95. Yeah,
No, that's great. That's great. Because you try to link because those 2 tickets have something similarity. I understand why you want to ask those.
Yeah, I think for this one, it's just not showing. It's only saying what is downloaded. I think it's not showing if the application actually delete a form, for example, because you delete a form in server, so you cannot really tell. Like, it's not really giving you much information.
Right.
About the changes
So
itself.
I put in a fix today for it, Vin. So maybe when you have a chance, if you could let me know if this is how you expected it to work, the delete part of it.
Okay.
I just put it in this afternoon, so.
Okay. I will have a look at it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see next one. 1 second. I'm a little bit not very organized here. Okay. So we already talked about 75, and let's move on to 69. And Win, I want maybe you can help us with this one. So for 69, exit app should remove timeout counter. when I leave the apps by pressing the back button or the home button, the timeout counter still run in the background. At the end of the timeout counter, the apps will force open the apps again and show us the logout screen. The correct behavior should be to remove the timeout counter and ensure the user is logged out from the apps.
Yeah, so this is something that I noticed in, like, when you log into the apps and then you just go out, for example, like press the home button, and after a while, like after the timeout is done, your device will open this app again and then showing, oh, you already timed out.
Yeah, so you just want that it's already timed out without popping up.
Yeah, so as soon as you leave the application, I think it should log out the user and then just stop this timeout. Basically, just log out the user every time he's out from the application.
So, yeah, once the user moves away from the apps, you want to log out.
Yeah.
So that disable the counter should not be a factor for this.
Yeah, I think logging out will remove this timeout counter because it's annoying. For example, you open this application and then you move to I don't know, opening like browser, for example, and then as soon as the application timeout, you're taken away from your browser to this back to the app showing, oh, you're timeout. So I don't know what.
But do you know? Don't you think it might be even? I know what you mean, but then I would argue the other way actually, because sometimes I might navigate away from the apps, and I need to do something really quickly just to check, and I really want to come back immediately. So I would not want to re-log in. Would that be a better approach that we still keep the timeout counter, but then it should remove the pop-up message saying that, hey, now you log out from the app once it hits the timeout limit.
I don't know. This is about users, so I don't know what you guys think. For me, it's annoying, but maybe it's useful for the user because you don't need to relog in.
No, I know what you're trying to say, but then I think maybe we can rephrase this ticket to something like when the timeout exceeds the timeout limit, it would automatically log out without popping up the message.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine for me.
I think that's probably a better approach because it's really normal. Sometimes the user may navigate out from the app.
Okay.
Something quickly. What do you guys think?
I just have a quick question.
Go ahead.
So the kind of apps that I've been using, I don't know if this is how it's a good way to design mobile apps. I'm not sure what it is, but when you say pressing the back button or the home button, it should on the main screen, that is a dashboard with the 4 tabs, right? Should most of the apps actually prompt me and say that you're going to be logged out of this app. Are you sure?
I think
I
think what we refer when it's like the home button is like the home button of the device, not the home button to the app's main page.
Okay, the home button of the device.
Yeah. So as if like you move away from the mUzima app. Does it make sense? So I just go back to the Android homepage. The home page on my device.
Yeah, the 3 button, the middle one, and
I'm talking about the screen. Like, okay, let's say I log in and it takes me to the main screen, which has the 4 buttons, right?
No, not that one.
Oh, not that one. Okay.
Yeah. So when you logged in, it's taken you to the dashboard, right, with all that 4 buttons.
Yes.
Now you press the middle button of the device, not the application.
Button, yeah.
Right. So the middle button should be fine, but what if I press the back button?
So it would go back to the previous page, right?
it would show me the home screen, right, of the mobile itself.
Yes, and then you should be logged out from the.
Yeah, so in between that, would it make sense if someone, someone accidentally hit the back button, would it
Oh,
make sense to say that
you don't
uh
want to log out.
yes, on the home, so the flow is like this. I log in and I see the dashboard of the mUzima app with the four tabs, and then I hit the home button. That should minimize my app, but it's still running in the background. So if I go and see my tab, you know how I can see the tab running on the home screen. If I go to settings and I say running apps, it will
Mm-hmm.
show me mUzima is running in the background, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not the app that I see on the screen. I could be on the browser, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still running in the background, and the timeout counter expires and it logs you out, but it doesn't really tell you that you've been logged out.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly what we
that's
want
fine.
to.
That's fine if
Yeah.
you hit the home button. But what
Yeah.
happens if you are on the dashboard page and you want to actually you hit the back button on an accident? I don't think it's I mean, wouldn't you get prompted saying that this is going to close the app, or is that too much to do? I mean, is that not good design? I'm just asking you guys.
Um, Martin wants us to have the prompt. I think I'm
Yeah,
fine with that. Yeah.
yeah, I think what Shrita is saying makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
and should be kind of the normal behavior of the application, and users would expect that anyway. It's just a matter of how much work it is and when do we think it should be implemented.
I think it's gonna be minor, so we can postpone it. It's not gonna blocking our release, so I don't. Um, we don't need it to be in 1.0, so it's not gonna. So probably 1.1 kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. This is marked as like someday anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So I think maybe we should create another ticket for the prompt. This one is just to silently log out the user, I guess.
One second, let me make notes before I forget.
Do you want to give Manu a chance to talk before
Sure.
we switch
Yeah.
back?
Please.
Manu,
Sorry,
welcome.
Manu, go ahead.
Hi, I'm actually okay because I'm working on the ticket for mob 101 on the dispensary form, just making sure the new logics are okay. And I had some questions, but just streamlining it to make it very clear what wasn't clear. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah,
Manu,
Manu put a pull request for the column B to J, Manu.
are you guys there?
Hello?
Yes, we are. I think Manu's, we cannot hear him.
Yeah, Manu is gone. I think connection issue.
Hello?
Manu, yeah. So we have a pull request for Manu for.
So I was
Go ahead, Manu. I'm gonna mute myself.
I'll just type in. I guess it's my connection.
Maybe you guys can continue talking while Manu types.
Ada, do we still have ticket for Sweta that we need to talk about?
Sorry, I was just creating ticket if I forget. Yes, 1 second. We have 63. Multiple concept deletion process on Win. I think you said this one might require a bit more work. Do you mind to walk us through?
Yeah, this one I requested to start work a long time ago. Like, when you go to the wizard, after a form get parsed, you're given like a list of concepts, right? And then what I want us to do is instead of, if you want to remove one or more concept from that list, we should be able to select, like do a multiple select and then just press the delete once. I think that's going to be much more make sense approach. Right now, what we have is if you want to delete a concept or multiple concept, you need to tap the delete button multiple times. So it's going to be pretty similar with how we do the download process or deletion process for the form. So you pick one or more forms or cohort or uh, form data, and then you press the button. I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Hello? Can you
Uh,
get me?
yeah, I can hear you. When which wizard is this? I'm sorry, I'm not really. I can't really put my finger on where in the app this is.
Yeah, I think there's two places for this one. I think one is in the setting. If you go to setting and then go to the concept,
Okay,
you will see a list of concept there, right?
right.
And then the delete button is one by one, I think.
Okay, I'm just bringing up. Yeah.
Let me, yeah.
What is having the? Okay. So I am on the settings.
Uh-huh. And then if you go to the concept, add concept,
Yes. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. There's a little icon of a, I guess, a recycle bin or a trash can,
yeah.
right?
So if you
So,
want to remove the concept, you need to like one by one.
okay, okay. So, do you want to have it like a select list?
Yeah, multiple
Oh,
select and then a contacts menu come up, and then when you press that one, it will delete it.
okay. So, is this similar to, let's say, this is how I use my SMS feature on my phone. If I want to delete multiple SMS, I
Mm-hmm.
hit delete, which makes each of these, instead of the trash cans, there are tick marks.
Yes.
I select the ones that I want, and
Yeah.
then I say OK, so it deletes all of them in one single shot.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Okay.
if you go to the form, that is our approach. So you pick like multiple form, and then a menu will come up in the action bar.
Okay. Okay. So I will see how it's working on the forms, and I'll do the same thing on the concepts page. Is that okay?
Yeah. So there's two location we need to do this. One is in the setting, and then the
Mm-hmm.
other one is in the wizard on the third step, I think.
Okay, so the very first time I log in, it starts with downloading cohorts, then it says download the forms, and then it says downloading observations and counters. Is that the steps you're talking about?
It's going to be before the downloading observation, so this one.
Okay.
So the step is you pick a cohort, right? And then you pick the forms,
Right.
and then the next one will list out all the available concepts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the screen is pretty much the same with this one. So
Okay.
yeah, it's actually using the same screen, I think. So if you fix one, both of them should be fixed.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
So the next one, number 60, adding connectivity flag.
Yeah, for this one, I think what I want us to do is before trying to download anything. So what happened right now is um, mUzima will try to download and then use the timeout setting for the HTTP connection to decide, oh, we cannot connect to the server. So instead of doing that one, I think we can check in Android whether the device actually have connection or not. So if the device doesn't have connection, then don't even try to do the HTTP connection. Like if the Wi-Fi is off, the 3G is off. I think there's a flag in Android. So using this one before trying to do any HTTP connection.
Okay. So, Win, there are actually two aspects to this. So, are
Mhm.
you seeing that, is this from a mUzima point of view, wherein the app itself checks this flag before it tries to make a connection? Or are you saying that we check this app and tell the user that you're not connected to the internet? Looks like you're not connected to the internet. Could you please check, or something of that sort? Are you
Um,
Are you saying that you want to warn the user that he's not connected to the internet, or are you saying that whenever the user hits, you allow the user to hit download or sync, and you basically don't do it? The app doesn't attempt to make a HTTP connection because it checks that the flag is off. Is that what you're talking
yes,
about?
that's what I want.
Okay.
That one, yeah.
But then then the user is just waiting there and doesn't know what the problem is. Right? Like if I'm a
Um,
user and I have forgotten to turn on my Wi-Fi, or I'm not connected to the internet, and then I say download
mhm,
all my forms, and the app doesn't do
mhm.
anything because it knows that I'm not connected to the internet, but then the user doesn't know. So do you want to? Would it be a good idea to tell the user that it looks like you're trying to download a form, but you're not connected to the internet? Do you want to do that? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, I think informing the user is part of this ticket. I think so it's not just about preventing doing the HTTP connection, but also giving the correct message to the user.
Okay.
So,
Okay, got it.
but it's not preventing, like we don't disable the button or whatever when
Mhm.
there is no connectivity. It's just yeah.
We don't disable the button. Probably just have an alert or a dialog box which just tells the user, and then they hit OK. And if it really is an issue of them not manually pressing the connect to the internet button, then they could go ahead and connect to the internet and try again.
Yeah.
But if it's something they can't do, you still tell them that you're not connected to the internet, and that's the problem, so that they don't think that something is wrong with the app.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Ida, I think you've covered all of the 5 tickets.
All the tickets.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I think this is very good, and I wonder if Manu have anything to share, maybe, or questions.
I think just got logged off.
Oh, it's really strange. Like, yeah, I saw him. Oh, but then, yeah. Okay, cool. So, Manu, you're all cool on your side? Yeah. Wayne or Martin, do you guys have anything to add before we close it?
Yeah, I think for Monday we can, because the oncology, at least for the breast cancer thing, I think it's pretty much ready. I will prepare the test server, and then this the mUzima did its bid for that one, and then we can test it out on Monday, I think.
Yeah, knowing that would be great. And yeah, once you share those, I'm also going to go through it myself, and we'll also even go through it.
Yeah.
So that includes all the oncology forms, right?
I think so. Yeah. So it's only going to be the 4-1, not the dispensary.
Yeah, not dispensary because that's waiting for money.
Yeah.
So the oncology forms.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yep. Do we know? Do we have a targeted folks that will test it out, or no?
Yeah, we can get Griven, and we can have him have some of the oncology. Are you wanting testing for content or mUzima function?
I think we'll test for the content.
Okay, let me talk to Griven and see if he can line up a couple of people for what, Tuesday, you think?
Yeah, Tuesday will be fine.
Because by the time you get it up on the US side, it's gonna be late.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome. I just want to ask if the proposed Scrum time is okay for everyone that we can start next Monday.
I think it's fine. I don't know if it's going to be too late for Sweeta.
Yeah, Sweeta, would that be okay, or you prefer a different time slot?
So Ada, the thing right now is the time for me at that time would be around 5:15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably leave office a little earlier and hope to rush home and get.
You got the traffic, yeah.
Or you can just paste the update over IRC before.
Yes. So what we plan to do is that we're going to do it through IRC because of all these connectivity challenges. Sometimes it's so hard to hear. So I just want to get the agreeable time slot. It would be nice to do it live so that in case there's any questions and stuff like that, we can address immediately. But we also understand, there might be some challenges sometimes that there might be some exception.
How early is it for you at that time?
No,
I'm not sure. I'm sure we have distributed folks in different parts.
So the time we propose is 7:45 a.m. our time, which is it 4:45 your time?
It's 5:15.
Oh, 5:15. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yes, like another half hour. We can move. What is the latest time?
That's fine with me, Ida. I think I'm just going to try it out. It looks like it's something that I can make it work. Okay. So give it a shot for a week. If it
doesn't work out, we can revisit it.
Yeah. Okay. We can change it to earlier.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that it works for everyone and not like a hassle. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, but it's so many people. I get
different time zones. Sometimes I totally forgot about the time. Yeah. I just wonder if it's okay for you, Manny.
Yeah, the timing is okay.
Awesome. Cool. If that's the case, I'm going to send our email to the dev list so that if others want to join us, they're welcome to do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, guys. This is great. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Take care.